So, lying down on our back, we're just going to begin to invite our body here and invite a bit of breath into our body. So, one of the differences with Pilates breath versus yoga breath is we tend to breathe into our rib, we're encouraged to breathe into our rib cage rather than into our belly. So we're going to just begin to breathe. Let's place our hands, so if you were to take your hands and spread them out really nice and wide, and then cup your rib cage. So like you're kind of bringing your thumb towards the mat and your fingertips are going to rest at the top part of your rib cage. You're just going to kind of hug your hands into the side of your body. And I just want you to feel a lateral posterior breath. So we're going to breathe into the hands and then feel the expansion of the upper back into the floor. So that's the posterior part. Laterally, we're breathing into the hands. And then as you exhale, I want you to drop your rib cage. So almost pull your rib cage away from the palms of your hands. Inhale, expand the rib cage. Exhale, pull the rib cage in, drop it down, and in towards your spine. Inhale, breathe in, and exhale, breathe out. So let's just continue here, breathing in and breathing out. And as you breathe in, feel the spreading of the upper back into the mat beneath you. As you breathe out, draw the rib cage in, funnel the rib cage down towards your pelvis. Inhale, expand. And exhale, drop the rib cage. Now let's continue. One more breath here. We're going to breathe into our hands. This time, we're breathing in through the nose. We're going to purse our lips as if you've got a straw in between your lips. And then I want you to blow with a slight circular motion through the lips. Breathe in and breathe out. Blow as if you're blowing through a straw. Continue a few more times here. Soften your upper body. So we don't want to feel any tightening through the upper body or the shoulders. It is strictly in through the upper rib cage. Now these are just some of the fundamental principles of Pilates. So we're beginning with our breath. Now let's invite our concentration. So really focus on drawing the rib cage in, breathing out through the mouth. And breathe in. And breathe out. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Take your hands, rest them to your sides. Soften your shoulders. Knees are going to remain bent. Now we're going to go into some pelvic tilts. Now if you were to take, let's say your fingertips, and you're just going to find the top of your hip bones, you know, that bony part on either side of your hip. And I'd like you to tilt your pelvis so that you create this arch in the low back. It's quite an extreme sensation. And then I want you to take your hip bones and press them down towards the earth, but don't let your glutes, your bum muscles get involved. So inhale, arch the low back, tilt the pelvis up to the sky. Exhale, bring the pelvis down towards the earth. You almost feel a bit of a flattening in the low back here. Inhale, tilt. Exhale, draw the pelvis down towards the earth. One more time, tilt. And then arch the low back, bring the low back in towards the earth. Now one more time, you're going to tilt towards the stars. So bring the pelvis up and you're creating this nice arch in the low back. Now I want you to take your right hip and drop it down a little bit towards the right side. And then I want you to bring the pelvis down as if you're flattening the low back, and then tilt towards the left side. You're creating circles with the pelvis. So tilt up, tilt over to the right, bring it down towards the floor, and then draw yourself towards the left. So there's like you're creating this really nice circle. So tilt towards the right. So let's say that's 3 o'clock. Down towards the floor, make that 12. Drop towards the left, make that 9, and then tilt towards the sky, bring pelvic bone down towards the earth and make that 6. So drop it down to 3, 12, 9, and 6. One more time. 3, 12, 9, and 6. Now we're going to reverse. We're going to come from 6 over to 9, drop down to 12, over to 3, over to 6, 9, 12, and 3. One more time. 6, 9, 12, and 3. Come back to 6. Now tilt your pelvis and come back to 12. Now I'd like you to find an in-between place. So somewhere that your pelvis isn't totally arched in that extreme sensation, and your pelvis isn't totally flat in that other extreme sensation. So you're kind of finding this midway point between the two. And if I were to describe this, and I know Jen and Macy, you've heard me describe it this way, but it's really the best way to kind of give that description, is if you were to take your fingertips and your thumbs and create a diamond and place it down at your pelvic area. If you were to have a teacup placed right in between your fingertips and thumbs, you don't want your teacup to tilt forward too much so that the water spills forward, and you don't want the teacup to tilt back so that it spills towards you. You want the teacup to be really fairly flush here and flat. And this is called our neutral spine. So for me, and I've said this a gazillion times, so sorry if I repeat myself, but for me this feels like it's quite an arch in my back. It doesn't feel like my natural. I tend to have a bit of a flatter low back. So you might feel that too, and that's not bad. What we're trying to do is keep our pelvis in a nice alignment here. Now, from here, take your hands and place them to the side. We're going to inhale in through the nose. As we exhale, I want you to draw your belly button in towards your spine, drop your rib cage, so you're shortening the distance between the top of your hip bones and the base of your rib cage. This is called imprint. So pull the belly in towards the spine, down, it's in and up, drop the rib cage. Now inhale, come back to your neutral spine. Exhale, draw the belly in, drop the rib cage, hold it in, breathe. Now, if you're breathing laterally, so we're going back to that breath. And then inhale back to your neutral. Exhale, pull the belly in, draw it in, drop that rib cage, so there's no popping of the rib cage, pull the belly button in towards the spine, and then inhale back to neutral. Last one, exhale, draw the belly in, drop the rib cage. Now you're gonna feel a slight flattening of the low back. Your lower abdominals are nicely pulled in, and this is called our transverse. It's a corset style muscle. Holding in imprint, so keep your belly button drawn up in towards your spine, rib cage is down, you're nice and supported through the pelvis and the torso. Bring your right foot up to 90 degrees. This is called tabletop. Now that pull up with the right leg should feel like it's coming from your lower abdominals. Now bring your left leg up, finding tabletop. So if I refer to tabletop, this is where we're coming back to. Now hold your lower abdominals in, soften your upper body, soften your throat. You're gonna inhale here. Exhale, lower the legs. Bring them all the way down to the floor. Make that lever come from the low abs. Keep the belly button pulled in. Inhale here. Exhale, pull the legs both up at the same time, back to tabletop. Inhale here. Exhale, float the feet down. It's very, very precise movements. We're really pulling in through the lower abdominals. You're really using this. This is quite a heavy lever. Inhale here. Exhale, pull up. Now, where you're feeling it and where you're not feeling it. You should be feeling it through the lower abdominals, or at least some sensation, and not through the low back. Exhale down. If you're feeling any activation through the low back, I want you to pull up even further. Draw your low back a little bit deeper in towards the ground. Keep that imprint, drop your rib cage, hold it here. Exhale, lower. We've got 3 more like that. Inhale here. Exhale, lift. So where I find I tense up is through my shoulders. So I'm really spending some attention to really soften my shoulders as I lower and lift my legs. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Keep that focus, keep that concentration. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale here. Exhale, lift. Keep the legs, bring them back up to tabletop. Soften the upper body. Now we're going to go into single leg toe taps. holding our imprint, breathing laterally into our rib cage. Exhale, drop your right. And then inhale to lift and switch and lower and lower and lower. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs up to tabletop. Hold it here. Exhale, lower down. Well done. Fantastic. Great little warm up there. Let's come on to all fours. This is also called quadruped. So if I refer to it as quadruped or all fours, it's the same. Hands underneath the wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, the tops of the feet are resting on the mat. We're going to press our hands into the floor. We're going to begin in a neutral spine here. So beginning with your crown of your head pulling away from your tailbone, hands are resting down onto the floor. We're going to go into cat stretch. So inhale here. Exhale, tilt the pelvis in towards your midline, round the upper back, and turn the gaze between the knees. And then as you inhale, you're going to articulate from your tailbone all the way up to your crown back to neutral. So we're not doing cat-cow if you're kind of automatically going into that sensation. So inhale here. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine, gaze is between the knees, press the hands into the floor. Inhale back to neutral. Let's repeat 5 more times. Exhale, pull round the spine. Inhale back to your neutral. Exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine. The upper spine is the only part of the spine that's going to round. The lower back just doesn't round that way. It's not shaped that way. So we're just going to keep that upper back nice and rounded. Press the hands into the floor. Turn the gaze between the knees. Good. And back to your inhale. Last one. Exhale, pull the belly in. Round this upper body. Press the hands into the floor. And then inhale back to your neutral. Now, if your wrists are starting to get a little tired, you can create fists for wrists. That'll support your wrists a little bit better if that feels comfortable. We're going to begin with our spinal rotation variation. So inhale, take your left arm right out to 90 degrees. And exhale, you're going to needle and thread the left right underneath the right. Create a little rotation through the upper spine. Keep your hips fairly square. Inhale, take the left arm back to 90 degrees. Hold up through your belly. Round as you exhale and lift the left arm a little bit up towards the sky. Inhale back to 90. Exhale, needle and thread underneath. Stretch the arm, give your shoulder a stretch. Let's repeat 4 more times. Inhale, exhale, rotate. Open up the hand. Inhale back to 90. Exhale, needle and thread right underneath the right. Inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale to 90. Exhale, needle and thread. Inhale 90. Exhale, open. Inhale 90. Exhale, needle and thread. We got 1 more after this. Inhale to 90. Exhale to open. Inhale to 90 and exhale, needle and thread. 1 more time. You'll just hold here for a second. And then press the right hand into the floor. Come back into your quadruped or tabletop position. We're going to go into the right hand. Inhale to find that 90 degrees. Exhale, we begin with our first needle and thread. Bring the right underneath the left. Create a little rotation through the upper spine. So watch your hips that they're not shifting with you. Keep them square. Inhale, bring the hand to 90. Exhale, open up. Inhale to 90. Exhale, needle and thread. Inhale to 90. Exhale, open. Inhale to 90. Exhale. And let's just repeat about 4 more times. Find your 90. Exhale, open your chest. Reach your fingers towards the sky. Keep your belly pulled in so there's this nice neutrality through the spine. And the only rotation is coming through the upper upper spine, so the upper body. Come into 90, needle and thread. Watch your hips. Last two. Last one. And then needle and thread right underneath the left. Take a moment here, rest the top of the head, twist the upper body, gentle rotation here. And then press the left hand into the floor, come back into your tabletop. We're going to come on to our sits bones. Before we continue, if you have access to a blanket or a towel, it would be handy if you could go and grab it now. We're going to need it for the roll-up coming up. So if you do have something that you can put underneath, maybe a really flat kind of pillow, at some point, we'll, if you could just keep it with you. All right, let's lie down on our back again with our knees hip distance apart. We're going to go into our chest lifts and then our chest lifts or rotations. Now we're going to work the abdominal series of Pilates. So hands are going to come behind the head. And you're going to start in your neutral spine. So think about that extreme arch and the flattening of the low back. So you're going to start with your neutral, if that works for you. If you feel you have any activation through the low back, then I want you to go into imprint. So that's the inhale and then exhale, draw the rib cage in and pull the belly up. Beginning with your neutral, hands are resting behind the head. I want you to lift your head about 1 inch. Now I like to interlace my fingers so that I have a nice basket underneath the crown of my head. And you're going to let the head rest into the hands. So it feels very heavy here. You're going to inhale, come down towards the floor. Inhale to lengthen the back of the neck. You're not tucking your chin in towards your chest. Exhale to pull up. Now the pull comes from the lower abdominals. And then inhale, come back down. Exhale, lift. Now think about you having a fist underneath your chin from chin to chest. So there's space there. You're not pulling up through the neck. You're pulling yourself up into this flex position from your abdominals. And we've got 8 more. And 3 more. So the tips of the shoulder blades come and they're lifted off the floor. And last one. And then back down. Perfect. Keep your hands behind your head. You're going to bring your feet to tabletop position. So the right and then the left. Keep the pelvis in a neutral position if that feels comfortable. If not, pull into imprint. Inhale to lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, rotate your right shoulder towards your left leg. Come back through center. Stay in that flex position and then rotate towards the other side. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, rotate. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. And keep going. We've got 8 more. Rest the head. Don't pull up through the neck. Just watch for that. It's one of those things we try to muscle through, and Pilates isn't about muscling through. It's really about precision of movement. It's about concentration, and it's about breathing and really targeting the right muscles. Good. And last one. Now come back through center. Rest your upper body. Keep your feet at that 90-degree angle. The hands are going to rest on the thighs. Now if you need a little break here, let your feet come down and then bring them back up. Hands are going to rest on your thighs. The thighs are going to rest into your hands. Now I just want you to create the sensation. So sense the sole of the hand, the heel of the hand onto the thigh. Now you're going to press your feet, your thighs into your hands. Press your hands into your legs. And you're going to feel the sense of opposition. You're going to almost instantaneously begin to feel that sensation of activation through the lower abs. I want you to keep pressing in opposition to each other. Legs into the hands, hands into the legs, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, keep going, 6, 5, keep pushing, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Release the hands, keep the legs at that 90 degrees. Woo. You really feel that activation through the lower abdominals. Bring the hands into the thighs, thighs into the hands, and begin to press and press. Oppositional sensation, a little harder this time. Pull up through the abs and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release the hands. Keep the legs at 90 degrees. We have one more round here. Hands on the thighs, thighs on the hands, and press, and press, and press for 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Good job. Place the feet down. Shake off the hands. Good job. Beautiful. All right, let's go through a couple of hip rolls until we go into our next movement. So place the hands at your sides. Start in your neutral spine. We're just going to articulate a little bit through the spine here just after that movement. So inhale, exhale, tilt the pelvis towards the floor. Begin to squeeze the glutes. Press the feet into the floor and articulate up, lifting the front of the body. Let the weight of the body rest into the shoulders. Inhale, I want you to visualize breathing all the way down into your knees, extending the body almost over to your toes. Hold here, and then as you exhale, articulate down. Upper body, mid back, and then low back, all the way down to the ground. Inhale here, back to your neutral spine. Exhale, pull the belly in. Squeeze the glutes, press the feet into the floor, open up the front body. Let the line of energy be from shoulder to knee. Inhale. Exhale, articulate down, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down to the floor. Continue going here for a couple of seconds. I'm just going to scroll through the screen, make sure everybody's okay. Okay. All right. Keep going. One more hip roll. Good. And then back down. Good. Find yourself back with your knees at 90 degrees. Or back into our not our table, back to 90 degrees. All right, so now I want you to take both hands and rest them on your left thigh. So you know that oppositional sensation that we had earlier? Now I want you to press your hands into your left thigh. As you do so, extend your right leg. Now we're not going to necessarily go down to the floor, so find a midway point and then switch. And then switch. So really create this oppositional sensation. You're extending the legs. You're really pressing through the thigh into the hands. Good, and keep going for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now, keep your left thigh in towards your chest. Lift the upper body, and flex, and press, and in, and press, and go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring both knees into tabletop. Exhale, float the feet down towards the floor. Great job. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. About as wide as your mat, and just rock your knees side to side. Give yourself a little bit of looseness through the hips and through the low back. Windshield wipe the feet and the legs. Good. Now, we're going to go into the quintessential foundational exercise called the 100. If there's any issues with regards to osteoporosis or osteopenia, generally flex positions are not ideal. So my recommendation, and I think we've just done a few and it just kind of hit me now, we might want to leave the upper body resting on the floor. So there's a couple of options, or a few options for the 100. So the 100 is a pulsing sensation through the hands. It's really to get the blood flowing through the body. And there's 100 counts of breath. So each breath is a count of 5. It's done in staccato, so and or it's with a fluid breath in for a count of 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In terms of body placement, your feet can be at 90 degrees. If you're not coming into forward flexion, I want you just to extend the arms, and you're gonna pulse and pump your arms. Now, if we're coming into full upward flexion, we're gonna pull in first through our abs into our imprint, and then we'll come up. And I'm going to guide you through that in a second. So basically, when we're going to get to here, we're going to count, and I'm going to count with you 100 breaths in total, and I'll guide you through exhales and inhales. If you need a break at any point, take it. Okay, so start with your feet bent, hip distance apart, hands are resting at the floor. You're going to inhale. As you exhale, pull into imprint. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. Drop your rib cage. Come into a forward bring your feet into tabletop. Good. Hold your imprint here. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, float yourself forward. And if you want to extend the legs, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, extend the body, bend the knees, and come all the way down to the floor. Woo. That's also a very humbling exercise. All right, good job, everyone. All right, so we're gonna roll up onto our sits bones. So we're gonna prepare for the roll up, but we're gonna begin with a half roll down just to get us ready for it. So legs are gonna be bent. Whoop, hold on a second. Legs are gonna be bent, feet are gonna be flat on the floor. We're gonna rest our hands right behind the knees. We're gonna sit up right up on our sits bones. So maybe shift your weight over a little bit so that you connect the sits bones in towards the earth. And we're gonna lift up tall through the spine. Draw the shoulder blades a little bit down and away from the ears, and open up nice and wide through the clavicles. We're gonna inhale to lengthen the spine. As we exhale, we're gonna pull the low belly in, round the low back, and come about halfway down. We're gonna hold here for an inhale, and then exhale from that low belly, pull up and come all the way up to seated. Exhale, roll down, pull the belly. So this work is coming from the lower abdominals, not from anywhere from the shoulders or the legs or the hips. And then come all the way back up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, hold it here. Exhale, pull up from the low abs, come all the way to seated. Exhale, roll down. Hold here for a breath. Exhale, pull up from your low abs. Make yourself come all the way up. Use your lower abdominals. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, roll down. Open up the clavicles. Stay here for a breath. Exhale, pull up from your low abs. Come all the way to seated. Now, in this next round, we're going to inhale to grow tall like a tree. Exhale, pull the low belly in, round back onto the low part of your sits, like the low part of your back. You're going to round. Now I want you to round and create a gentle flexion. Now, as you exhale, you're going to hold this rounded shape. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Come all the way to a forward fold. Maybe bring the hands down towards the floor. And then inhale to re-articulate through the spine and grow long. Exhale, roll down. This time we're releasing the hands. Inhale, round the spine. Hold it here. Exhale, pull up from your low abs. Keep that rounded shape, come down to the floor. And then inhale, restack the vertebrae, growing tall. Exhale, round down. Round the body. Inhale here. Exhale, pull the low belly in, round your whole upper body, shape forward, rounded. And then restack the vertebrae, coming all the way up to seated. Last one, roll down. Now you really feel that lower abdominal connection here. Keep this rounded shape, hold it here. Exhale, come all the way forward. Inhale, restack the vertebrae, come all the way up to seated. Well done. We're going to extend the legs out long. Now we're going to go into our roll up. So I like to use a blanket. This is one of those challenging movements for my body in particular. So, well, not my body in particular, but for some. So I need a little bit of support under my low back to just help me kind of guide myself up. Jen and Macy, I think you guys have done this before, so if you don't need a blanket, you don't have to use it. And Mary as well, if you've done it before and you don't need to use it, then don't. All right, so legs are going to be extended out long. We're going to sit up tall, right up onto the sits bones. Extend the arms out about shoulder height. As we exhale, we're going to roll down. Pull the belly in, and I want you to reach through the heels. You're going to come all the way down to the floor. Inhale, the arms are going to extend out overhead. Let your body rest here for a moment. Now, inner thighs are squeezed together. Sorry, this is a bit too high for me. Inner thighs are squeezed together. And your feet are flexed. So heels are reaching away from your body. And what's really important here is you turn your glutes on, you pull your belly up. Arms are going to be outstretched, and also the legs are flexing forward. Inhale, you're going to take your hands up to your visual space. You're going to exhale, tuck your chin under, roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae, come all the way down to your toes. Give yourself a little hamstring stretch here. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, restack. Inhale here, and then exhale, roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming down all the way down to the floor. Reach the arms up overhead. Inhale, bring the fingertips up towards the sky, tuck the chin, reach through the heels, pull up through the lower abdominals, bring yourself all the way into that forward flex position, that forward fold. Give your legs a nice little stretch. Inhale, restack up the vertebrae. Exhale, pull up through the low abs, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down to the floor. Keep your feet nice and active here. Inhale, roll the chin forward, pull up through the low abs, come all the way, give yourself a nice little stretch. Inhale to restack, exhale to roll down. We're going to do 3 more like this. Good. Now, if you don't want to do 3 more, by all means, take a little break, maybe give yourself a little stretch. And if you don't want to do the roll up, you can always continue on with those half roll downs. That is a really great way to build stamina and to build strength through the lower abdominals. It's really something that I've worked on myself in my practice to help with these. These are a lot easier now than they were before. And roll back down. Good, we've got 1 more left. Bring the hands up to the sky, lengthen the back of the neck, roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up. Good, and then inhale, restack the vertebrae. So if you're not there, let's find ourselves seated up on our sits bones with our legs extended, and let's take the blanket and place it off to the side because we don't need it anymore. Now we're going to bend the knees. We're going to go into rolling like a ball. So please be careful with whatever you have around you to be safe. Inner thighs are going to squeeze together. You're going to lift up nice and tall here. Toes are going to come into a pointed position and lift up slightly off the ground. As you inhale, you're gonna exhale, round your spine. You're gonna create this really nice C curve through the abdominals. Tuck the chin slightly, or lengthen the back of the neck, I should say, down so that you're creating this nice little ball. On your inhale, you're gonna roll in and back, and then back up. Now when you come back up, you're floating your feet up right off the mat. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Tuck in, round the spine. Keep it rounded so that there's no momentum. That's the trick. So you find yourself rolling down halfway to where the tips of the shoulder blades are. Soften the hands, and then use the abdominals to pull yourself back up. Last two. And back. Good. Hold yourself here, and then rest the feet down onto the floor. Great job, everyone. Well done. All right, let's extend the legs out. I'm going to face you. So the feet are going to be about as wide as your mat. And if you have some hip kind of issues, or it's a little tight here, I would encourage you to sit up on a prop or a pillow or a blanket. So legs are going to be extended out long, and feet are going to be flexed. So it's a very active sensation through the legs. You're going to prop yourself up right onto your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to go into spine stretch forward. Pinkies are going to rest on the floor. Shoulder blades are down. Your crown is lifted. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to round yourself forward. Glide your hands along the side of your legs. Come into this gentle forward fold. Hold here for a breath. And then inhale, restack your vertebrae. Think about restacking each of the vertebrae like tins of tuna. Exhale, roll down. It's about articulation, awareness of the spine. Give yourself a nice little stretch. And then inhale, restack up the vertebrae, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, roll down. And then pull yourself back up. Keep your abdominals nice and active. And last two, roll down. Similar to yoga, a very mindful practice. Exhale, last one. And pull yourself back up. Nice. Great job, everyone. Now, open your legs a little wider. Feet are flexed. Maybe noticing a little bit more activation through the inner thighs. Reach the arms out long. We're going to go into the saw. So, pelvis is pulled up. Pelvis is pulled down towards the earth. The upper body is pulled up nice and long. Arms are nice and active. You're reaching through the fingertips. You're going to inhale to rotate towards the left foot. As your right hand is going to reach down towards your left pinky toe, your right hand towards your left pinky, your left hand is going to bring itself up. The palm is going to face to the side, up towards the sky. Inhale, restack your vertebrae, staying in that rotated position. Exhale, come back through center. Inhale, rotate towards the right. Exhale down. Reach the pinky to pinky. Right hand reaches towards the sky. You're long through your upper body. Inhale, come back into that rotated position. Come back through center. Over to the other side and down. Give yourself a little extra stretch here. Inhale, re-lengthen the spine. Exhale, back to center. We've got another one. One more round on either side. Keep your left hip anchored. Restack the vertebrae, open the palm, exhale through center. One more time to the left, one more time to the right. And back down. Inhale. Exhale back through center. Last one towards the right leg, pinky to pinky. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. Twist the upper spine. Restack the vertebrae, come back through center. Rest the hands. Bring the legs together. Sit up on the sits bones. Arms are gonna reach out into the side about shoulder height. Inhale to take the left hand down towards the floor. Exhale, reach with the right. You're gonna take that left hand and walk it a little bit further away. Really reach in through that right hip. The torso is lifted, the spine is long. You're reaching and coming over to your lateral movement, your side bend. Take the right hand, come back down to the right side. Take the left hand up and over, maybe reach the right hand a little further away. Open up through the torso, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, come back through center, take the left hand down and exhale over. It's a modified mermaid. Inhale, take the right hand over, last one. Exhale, left hand reaches over to the right. You're really trying to create this nice opening through the rib cage. And then back through center. Nice job, good. Let's come onto our side. So we're gonna come onto our right side first. We're going to cradle the right hand underneath the crown, the right arm. So maybe, or you can use a pillow, whatever feels comfortable. We're gonna extend the legs out long for our sideline series. So what's important here, couple of tips, is try to visualize the back of your mat kind of tracking from the crown of your head all the way down to your toes. So you want to keep yourself really nicely aligned. If your top hip wants to reach forward, I want you to really stack the hips and stay nicely aligned. Legs are long, head is resting into your arm if that feels comfortable for you. Now, top leg is going to reach a little further down so that the hips are nicely aligned, and you almost kind of create this little lift of the torso up off the ground. So you're not resting your torso flat. There's like a little lift through here to stay active through the torso. All right, now take the feet. You're going to bring both feet to the front corner of your mat. So there's a little 45-degree angle. Your upper torso from crown to hip is long. Take the top leg. You're going to bring it hip height. Point the toe. Take an inhale here, and then exhale. Kick the foot back. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale back and place the foot right and hover it right above your front foot. And then exhale. Open up the hip and exhale. Pulse, 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 and then back to the front. And inhale, exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale back to the front. And exhale. Inhale to the front, and exhale, 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 inhale to the front. Now you want to keep your torso from moving, so really focus on staying active through the abdominals, through the glutes, and reach through the leg, and pulse, pulse, pulse. Inhale through the center, back to where the leg is, and exhale, 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 inhale, last one, and point and pulse, pulse, pulse. Good. Now bring both legs together, extend them out long. So you're taking them away from the front corner. Reach the top leg long. You're going to point and lift the top leg about hip height. So watch that you're not up here. I want you focusing just on the glutes here, so don't bring them too high. Exhale, flex the heel, bring the foot back down to the ground, right on top of your bottom foot. Inhale, point and lift. Exhale, flex your foot, bring it down. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Point and lift, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower. Muscle emphasis here, inner thighs. Squeeze the inner thighs together. That's where I want you to focus your attention on. Turn your glutes on. You might feel a little wibbly wobbly in the top of the body, and that's really okay. Place the front hand right in front of you for some support. Point, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower. Last one, point and lift, flex and lower. Now, stay nice and active through that top leg. Don't forget your torso is lifted. Turn your glutes on, pull the belly up. You're going to point and lift the top leg. Exhale, you're going to meet the bottom leg to the top leg. Exhale, you're going to lower it back down. It's a 2-breath exercise, but there's a little pause on the exhale at the top. So inhale, point and lift. Exhale, lift the bottom leg to meet the top leg. Exhale, lower them both down. Point and lift. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Really target. Point, exhale, and exhale down. 2 more, point and lift. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Last one, point and lift. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And last one, point and lift. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Fantastic job. Next one, we're going to go into our double leg lift. So reach to the top leg, nice and active through the abdominals. You're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift both legs. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Great job. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Fantastic. Great. Take the top leg. Reach it about hip height. Point the toe. You're going to turn and create some circles. So small little circles through the legs. So inhale to point the foot forward. Exhale to sweep it back. Inhale. So think of a pencil right between your big toe and your second to big toe. You're creating a circle with your with your 2 toes. So a little drawing of a circle, a little rotation through the hip. Keep going. And breathe. Really great. Now last 2. And last one. So a lot of times I see people making really big circles. We don't want big circles here, we want tiny circles. Now you're going to reverse your circle, opposite direction. Bring it back and then forward. Back and then forward. Back and then forward. Good job. Good. And 3. And 2. And 1. And rest. Good job. Take that top leg and just rest it forward. Rest your upper body for a moment. Shake it off. Good. Nice job. As you're ready, come down onto your tummy. Place your hands right down flat on the floor. Rest your forehead on your hands. Open up your elbows and just rest your front body right onto the mat. Now, I want you to let your hips kind of loosen up a little bit here. And loosen the low back. Good. Now, take the hands and you're going to place them into a W. We're going to go into a little bit of back extension. Inner thighs are going to squeeze together if that's available. You can always keep your legs wide if that feels better in your back. I'm going to bring my inner thighs together. My feet are going to come together. Hands are going to rest at my sides as if I have 2 goal posts for arms. Now, we're going to inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head. You're going to exhale, press the hands into the floor and lift, a little lift. So we're not going to full extension here. Keep your belly pulled in so that you protect your low back, and then come back down. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades back, press the hands into the floor, gentle lift. Pull the belly in, squeeze the glutes, reach to the feet, and then exhale back down. So nice and controlled. Inhale, reach, exhale, press up. Pull the belly in, drop the shoulder blades. Watch that the rib cage doesn't drop down towards the floor, and then back down. Good, we've got 2 more. Exhale, press. Little lift, so we're starting just with a little lift. And then back down. Good, last one. Press and lift. Now, hold here for a second. If you want to, you can extend the arms. Now, the key is that you don't feel this in your low back. If you are, either come back down a little bit or pull up through your glutes, pull your belly in. We don't want to compress the low back. And hold. Keep your belly turned on. And then slowly come back down towards the ground. And then press your hands into the floor and drop your hips back and come into child's pose. Knees are wide, toes are together, and just rest your low back and just give your back of your body a nice little stretch here. As you're ready, come on up. We're going to come on to the other side. So the left side of your body, you're going to cradle the head with your arm. We're going to start with our side lying series on the other side. So lie down on your back. Again, find that length for the back of the mat so that it's nice and kind of in alignment with your body from crown to toe. You're going to begin by lengthening through the top of the leg, and then take both feet, once you've found your position here, and bring them to the corner of your mat. Good. Now, rest your head. Sorry, I don't know if this is sounding really scratchy. I'm going to just rest my head up a little bit. Take your top leg, you're going to lift it up. You're going to inhale here, and then exhale, kick, kick, kick. Feel that glute through the activation through the glute. Inhale back through center, and kick, kick, kick. Inhale, and kick, 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 and back, and kick, 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 and back. So you're really using your hip extensors here. So your hamstrings, your glutes, and kick, kick, kick. Now the trick here, keep your abs pulled in so you're protecting your low back. If you find you're kicking back and really finding there's a little arching going on, you want to pull up and don't go so far back. Last one, kick, 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 back through center, and rest the leg. Bring both legs forward. Extend through that top leg, rest the top hand on the floor. You're going to inhale to point and lift your top leg about hip height. So you'll notice my leg is not so high. Flex the foot and lower. Point and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. Muscular focus, inner thighs. And lower. Point and lift. Exhale, lower. And lower. Find that breath. Point and lift on your inhale. Exhale, flex and squeeze. Inhale, point, flex and squeeze. And last one. Good. Now, take your feet. Let them rest on top of each other. We're going to begin with our inhale to lift your top leg. So we're going to meet the bottom leg with the top leg. Exhale, lift the bottom leg, and then exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lift, and lower. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lift, and lower. Fantastic. 4 more. And lower. Now really feel that lift from the side body and squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lift, and lower. Lift, lift, and lower. Last one. Point and lift. Lift and lower. Great job. Last one, double leg lift. Reach to the toes. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Great job. Keep going. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Really working the back extensors too. And lower. Good. And lift. And lower. Good. Last 2. And lower. Beautiful. And last one. And lower. Fantastic. Good. So last circles with our legs. We're going to bring our right foot to about hip height. Reach to the top leg. Begin with our forward circle. So create this circle, small circle, and reach. So it's a really small circle. You're going to feel that nice activation right through the glutes, especially the glute medius and the glute minimus. So the tiny little glute muscles on the side. And squeeze and reach. Keep your belly pulled in. So stay nice and supported through your torso. Good. And last one. We're going to reverse our circle. Bring it back and in. It's like instant activation of the glutes. And I don't know if you'll notice one side feels a little different than the other. This side feels a little different for me. Good, and last one. And back and rest. Good, take that top leg and just kind of lean it forward. Oh, and take a break. Oh, okay. Good job. Let's extend the legs. We're going to finish off with our plank. So, hands are resting on the floor. Elbows are shoulder distance apart. We're going to hold the plank for 15 seconds and then we're done for the day. So curl the toes under, press the elbows into the floor and pull up. and hold. So I want you to draw your heart forward, drop your shoulders away from the ears, press the hands into the floor, reach through the heels, stay nice and active through the abdominals. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down to your knees, press your feet, your hips back into your heels, extend the arms out long, feel a little length through the back of the low back. And then as you're ready, come up onto your knees. You're going to sit back onto your heels if that feels comfortable. We're going to close our class off today with 3 nice big clearing breaths. So take a breath in. And exhale, swim the hands down to your side. Take a breath in. And exhale. And last one, circle, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Press the palms together. Exhale down to heart center. And ladies, we are done for the day. Thank you so much for coming. I know there's a lot of information and I was a little chatty through class, but I just want to get us those foundational principles into our practice today so that we can maybe go forward and move on with some more different postures next time or different exercises. So thank you for coming. I can hear you all, so if you want to say, if there's anything you need to ask, go ahead and ask me. Oh, you're welcome, guys. Have a great day. Hopefully see you at yoga tomorrow. Okay, bye Macy, bye Mary. Bye guys.